Okay, good morning all. We can start in 2 minutes. Let me share my screen meanwhile. Uh, okay, first of all, if you have any questions on yesterday task, you can ask me now, offline or online. Yeah, hi Rupesh, good morning. Kishore, hi. So yesterday we discussed let me draw the workflow again. Okay, so these are all working directory, staging area, local repository, remote repository. Okay, so guys, okay. So if you create any working directory, any file, so for example, any file, some sample file. So if you had any content, to push this content into GitHub, first we need to add into the staging area. So by using git add, okay. Before that, we can verify git status. Okay. So once you added into that staging area, the file, many people are asking, the file will not move. Okay, file is going to add only. Okay, the file will be there in the working directory also. Okay, don't confuse here. Now staging area to local repository. Git commit -m sample message, right? Okay. So now here to here, git push. Clear? So first we can discuss GitHub also in end-to-end process. Then we can jump on, is there any other advanced things are there for local, Git local and Git remote? We can discuss on that. First, complete end-to-end process. So we are very fine to add the file into staging area. We are very fine to commit into local repository. So we are pending here, right? So once what we can do, we can create a one GitHub repository. In the GitHub repository, first we need to create a GitHub account. And inside GitHub account, we need to create some Git repository. And on top of the Git repository, we are going to start the working on it. Okay, for that, you need to create a one GitHub repository first. So GitHub sign up. Join GitHub. So you have to give your mail ID. Okay, you have to give your mail ID and next generate a give you some password and continue. That's it only. Okay, it's a very easy process to create a GitHub account. Once created, you are going to check this page. Just okay, I need to create for you separate GitHub account, right? So once you log in means you are able to see this page like this, but in your end, there is no any repositories. Okay. So if you can see the right side corner, this is your project. GitHub user. Okay. You can give the GitHub user. You are able to see GitHub user here. Clear? Yeah. No, same mail ID will not work. That's what. Otherwise, I will show you here. For example, if I give some already all registered my end. Yeah, please come in. Okay, already taken, right? Already done all. You can give anyone your mail ID so that I will show you here if required. Otherwise, you can do it. Hmm? Okay. Let me check my end. Is there any mail IDs? Abracadabra@gmail.com. Let me try. Okay. Abracadabra, someone already taken. They already started black magic. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Anyway, just try in your end. If you have any challenges, let me know. Okay. I will help you to create an account. So just give your mail ID and password and it will ask a developer or someone. You can select any one option, developer or something, just next, that's it only. And you sign in. It will ask you username, password, that's it only. Okay. Once again, I'm saying it's very easy compared to creation of Instagram account. Okay. I think everyone has Instagram accounts, right? Then you can easily create a GitHub account. Okay, once you are login means you are able to see your username. You have to provide your username. Okay, you are able to see this username. Okay, so if required, I will share you. I will create with my other email ID. Okay, let me create one new Gmail ID and I will show you if required. So anyway, for this today, focus on this thing. So once you log in means you are able to see this, your GitHub username here. Okay, so we need to understand here one thing. Our focus is today completely on GitHub, right? So GitHub, we have a two type of mainly repositories, guys. Two type of repositories. Okay, one is public and two is private. Okay, public and private. GitHub is a remote repository where we are going to maintain, please, our source code. Okay. Okay. So GitHub is a same like Git is a free tier, right? It's a free of cost open source tool. Here we have two type of repositories we can create. So one is public and two is private. Clear? So guys, if you can see, sir, yesterday we planned to go. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow. Let me complete. Many people are asking GitHub doubts yesterday. I got request from you guys. Okay. Okay. GitHub is a remote repository where we are going to maintain our source code. Okay. So if you can see, this is our primary, this is the final agenda. If you are creating any source code, if you are developing any project, finally you have to push that code into GitHub remote repository. From here, anyone can access. If I say anyone can access, if it is a public. If it is a private, no one can access. Only your team can only access. Is this clear? For example, if you can see here, the repositories block here. So many options are there, guys. No need to go all options. We can learn like a DevOps engineer only, not for Git admin level. Okay. So if you can see the repositories here. Okay. Repositories is nothing but whatever we are going to build any project, something we can consider as a one repository. For example, I'm going to create a one repository here. New. So this is your username, right? You can create any project here, any repository. For example, Git repository. Okay. Git practice. Okay. Git practice is available. Okay. If you can see here, public and private. Okay. So in Git repositories, we have a public and private repositories. One is public and private. Public is nothing but everyone can access. Okay. And dot git ignore, I'm going to discuss in the coming classes. Just leave now. So if it is a private means only private. I mean, whoever give access, they can only access, not for all. So at this time, this is public now. Create a repository. Okay, here add a README file. So here README file is nothing but, guys, for example, this Git practice, right? To understand this project, understand this repository, if you are going to add any content, yes, this is a Git practice. I'm going to add these commands to initialize the process. I'm going to add these commands for to push the changes, whatever. If you are going to add some content, note, you can add the add README file. In this README file, you can add your content to understand others what it does in your repository. Okay, this is optional one. Okay, I selected as add README file. Create a repository. Here, three steps only. The very important step is repository name, And if it is a public or private, you have to select. Is this clear now? Okay. This is my readme.md only I have selected, right? That file only coming. Otherwise, we are not getting any, we are getting only empty repository only. Okay, if you can see here, in the GitHub, repository already there. Repository already there. If in your team, newly joined persons are there, for example, if they want to start their work from your existing project, existing whatever project, repositories, first they need to clone from here. So contents inside everything is there, right? So they need to clone from their local laptop and start their work instead of asking them to give your entire repository into the pen drive. Okay. Why? Already existing team on daily basis, they are going to push the changes into GitHub, right? So we can collect from the GitHub, not for his local laptop. Even local laptop also, we have one more copy, but we have to collect from here. Instead of asking him to give through pen drive, we can easily collect from GitHub, right? Remote repository. We can just give only one command instead of go on in his place and collect the code from his pen drive. Is this clear? Okay. If I'm saying GitHub remote repository is already, for example, D1, developer one. Understand the guys, what I'm saying here. Developer one, develop some project, add some code, something, they have moved into the GitHub. Okay, means they need to add first staging area, local repository, and git push into the GitHub remote repository. So now, if developer, new person joining into team, okay, new person join into the team. So is really required to ask the change, ask everything from him? He can directly take from here, right? Why? All updates already there, updating into GitHub. As we discussed, he is not supposed to maintain enter code in his local laptop. Everyday task, even if you are done some 2 hours, some task, you have to push immediately, not maintain into his local laptop. Okay. If you done something, push into GitHub. If it is working now, something action is working, you can push into the GitHub. Okay. Now, no need to ask him, right? For example, if you can come here in my repositories, you guys need to work with Terraform series, for example. No need to ask anyone. You just come to my GitHub repository. You can clone into your local laptop. See, clone means what? You are able to clone everything into your local laptop. Is this clear? For example, you join late some after 1 week something. No need to ask your students. You just open my GitHub account. 1 week content you can clone from my GitHub account. Is this clear? So what I'm trying to say here, if new person join, the new person, if the whatever manager is giving task, so we have developed something, you just add your content on top of that. So you guys are working together to complete the task. So you just ask, okay, what under all you are developed already? Can you share with me? So asking like that, can you share the GitHub remote repository to me, our official remote repository? Okay, once he said that, immediately you can go and check the remote repository and open the GitHub, official GitHub of your company and your project, and check the repositories and take the confirmation from this guy, which repository that is. I'm able to see multiple repositories. I'm able to see multiple repositories. For example, if you can go here, this is completed one project, already completed a batch. I'm able to see 21 repositories, right? In the 21 repositories, how can I ask, how can I know which repository is related to? I don't know, right? So I simply can ask that guy, see, I'm able to see 21 repositories, which repositories our content is there. He can say maybe something repository. Okay, you can simply go that, click on that, Swiggy DevOps project. Okay. So simply you can come to code, you can clone here. Okay, I will explain this thing. Just wait. So what they need to do? They need to immediately, for example, insert the repository is sample repository. Okay. Okay. Sample repository is there in your GitHub. So once you go into the GitHub, login into the GitHub, you need to clone into your local laptop. Is this clear? Why clone? Means understand the difference here. Clone is nothing but in his laptop, nothing is there, right? So if you clone means everything he can download, deleted repository, everything. Okay. Now he can start his work. On top of that, he can add again how to start his work. For example, he is cloned into his local laptop, the repository, sample repository. Now he is going to add some content. He's added working directory. Again, what he need to do? Push the changes. To push again, he need to do staging, local repository, and remote repository. Is this clear? Okay. So here we need to understand one more thing here. Okay, we have clone. For example, developer 1 is the developer 2. Okay. Now developer 1 added file 1. Inside file 1, okay, he's added some app.py script into file 1, something file 1. Same, he's added into staging area, committed local repository and push into GitHub remote repository. But in his end already cloned right before, right? Before he cloned, right? But he's whatever he cloned app.py is not there, right? Why he cloned before? After that he added app.py D1. Now D2, do I need to clone again? Not required. At this time he can use pull. Okay. Pull means here only the changes will come. If you clone means again you are going to clone entire repository, not required. If there are 1,000 files, you have already cloned means downloaded 1,000 files. Now 1,001 file is going to added by developer 1. Again here no need to clone. In your end already 1,000 files are already there. You can add required only the changed one, right? At this time you can use pull. You can understand incremental changes. Okay. We can pull changes in GitHub. Clone means we can clone entire repository. Clear? I will show you, wait, how to clone everything. I will show you. Guys, if it is a public repository, okay, we can able to clone the repository. We can able to clone the repository. If it is a private, we are unable to. Okay. Public means everyone can clone. But understand here one more requirement. For example, if you can go sample GitHub accounts. So this guy is saying something. Hello Git world sample something. Okay. Okay. So I can easily clone it since it is a public Git. But can I add my content on top of this? No, right? Why? You have only read access indirectly. Public means you have only read access, not write access. If it is not like that, means definitely he is having more subscribers, something. Definitely I will go and add my content. Something I will going to disturb something, right? So we are unable to push the changes. You are unable to clone, you are able to clone it. You can enjoy his content, but we cannot change his content. Is this clear? I mean, what I'm trying to say, if you clone something from the any public GitHub, you are unable to push it. You don't have access. Yeah. Okay. These are the main important things. Let me add here. So git clone. So we can clone entire repository in very first time. If you are starting the activity with that repository. Clear? What is git pull? Just we can pull changes on top of the repository. And what is git push? We can push our changes into remote repository. Is this clear? These three terms differences. For example, guys, if I clone this repository, I don't know who is this. If I clone this repository, can I push my changes into this repository? No. Is this clear? Yes. So now we need to think on that. To push your activities, we need some permissions. Okay. So if he give his credentials to me, definitely I can push by using those credentials, right? So here we need to understand very, very important things are, if you click on the right click, if you open any repository, how to clone now. For example, if you create any repository, okay, I have already created one repository, right? Git practice. Okay. So if I want to download this repository into my local laptop, in my local laptop, I mean, nothing is there, right? Related Git practice. So definitely I need to clone first. If you can see, if you clone means into your local laptop, do I need to run git init command or not required? Git init is required or not? Not required. This is already git file. If you can see the extension is .git. But if you create any fresh repository, definitely you need to run the git init. That time we don't know, right? It is git, right? So if you clone means you are already cloning the git repository. That's what no need to initialize the git init again. Is this clear? Just a minute. Okay. So now, if you can see here, HTTPS and SSH, two differences are there here. Leave it for GitHub CLI, same, it will work also same process anyway. So SSH and HTTPS. The difference of these two is, so we can easily download HTTPS if it is a public. If you have internet, you can clone it. But SSH, it is not like that. If you are downloading, if you are cloning via SSH, you need to add your SSH key into your GitHub. Is this clear? Okay, I will show you here. Understand, guys, this is very important. Okay, I'm saying here SSH process. HTTPS not required, you can clone it. Okay, HTTPS git clone SSH. HTTPS we can clone by using internet. Okay. But what about SSH? So for that, there is a process. For example, this is GitHub. This is GitHub. Okay. So you are trying from your device, right? If it is a laptop or EC2 instance, let's assume. I'm just showing you two scenarios here. Okay. This is EC2, for example. If you're trying from EC2 or if you're trying from laptop, whatever. Okay. Okay. So if you are going to work with SSH, definitely we need to generate a SSH key. Okay. So you need to generate a SSH key for a laptop and EC2. So that key you are going to add into GitHub. It will work. I think I have already shown, right? How to generate SSH key? No, na? Very good. Let's come now. Okay, how to generate SSH key? This is very important concept, guys. I don't know, in the Linux classes. If I'm an EC2 instance, guys, I have already discussed, right? Authorizer keys we can check in public, right? Huh? Not generated, but key we can see where? Authorizer key, right? Let's come now. For example, I'm going to connect EC2 instance, right? Okay. Just connecting EC2 instance. Okay. Just go to sudo su hyphen, or you can check in EC2 also, no problem. If I want to check my authorizer keys, which path I need to check? cd dot ssh first, right? If I give ls, authorized keys. What is this keys? Cat. Which key it is? Public or private? Public key. What about private key? In my local laptop. Private key is in my local laptop. So the both can communicate each other. I'm able to connect my EC2 instance. If I change my authorized keys now, if I change this key, will it work? No. It is work to connect by using your EC2 instance connect, but not from any third party tool. So you are going to add your PEM file, right? At that time, here PEM file, both PEM file are different. This public is related to that PEM file, but PEM file you have here public you are deleted means it is not going to handshake each other. It is not going to allow to connect. Is this clear now? For example, guys, one important topic is here. Yeah, very good. One important topic is here. Just come out from here. Okay. For example, your PEM file loss from your local laptop. How to connect? Console EC2 instance connect, it will work. But if you are going to connect from any third party tool, is it possible? Is it possible? Hmm? Yes, it is a possible by using SSH-keygen. It's a Linux command. We can generate a keys, two keys. One is public, one is private. What we can do at this time? Public private with me means definitely I can download private in my local. Public keep as is. I'm able to connect, right? Let me show you something. SSH command is keygen. Okay. See, I'm going to generate a keys. SSH-keygen. If you can see here, generating public private RSA key pair. Okay. Here, no need to give any path. Just give enter and again enter and again enter. Keys generated. How many keys? Two keys, public and private keys. So in your case, private key already missed out, right? So what we can do now? CD, where should I check? .ssh folder. CD .ssh ls, if you can see. Now in this case, IDRSA public. Earlier case is only authorized keys, right? Now you have a two keys. One is public, one is private. Simply you can take this public key. Where should I paste? Very good. Authorized keys. This private, local laptop. You can connect, right? Is this clear what I'm trying to say? Why? How can it is possible to connect this public key? Already you are saying to add into authorizer keys, right? Clear or not? So private key also you have. Give your private key to your local laptop. See, cat, take this private key, right? And give some name and give attach to PEM file. Public key, cat, ID RSA. Where is the name is id-rsa.pub, right? .pub. Where should I copy this one? Where should I paste it one? Authorized keys, right? If you can go authorized keys, this is for old one. This is for old public key. Related private key you miss, right? So you can keep as is and give enter and give the private key also. Sorry, public key also. Otherwise, delete this one, add new public key also. It will work. Is it clear what I'm trying to say? So in earlier case, there is no option to connect instance by using console. In that time, we don't have any options. Here we have option to connect at least in the console itself, then you can generate a keys, right? But in earlier case, there is an option to copy your public key into your EC2 instance. Clear? At the time, we have a one approach. We have to detach the drive and we can attach some different processes there. At this time is not required for understand that. Is this clear, everyone, what I'm trying to say? So, okay. CD back, ls. So here, yes, if you can see here, three keys are there. One is for old public key, and one is for new public key, and one is for IDRSA. Is this clear? For example, I'm going to run a git commands in EC2 instance. In EC2 instance. EC2 instance itself only, not your local laptop. Clear the difference? I'm in where? My EC2 instance, not my local laptop. Clear? Can I run my git commands here? How to run? Let need to install git first, right? What is the command? install git -y. My git is going to already install now. See how quick it is. So now just clear the screen. I need to run some git commands. Is it possible or not? For example, I'm going to create some directory. Same like Windows. Yesterday what we explained, right? In the git bash. So I'm going to create some practice one. Okay. CD practice one. Okay. I'm in practice one, right? Is this git directory? No, this is just directory, Linux directory. So if I give git init here, what is this? Anyway. Okay, nothing is problem. So if you can see here, how to check .git is created or not? ls-la created, right? Okay. Now, for example, I'm going to add some file in my directory. Touch file one. Clear? Can I give git status now? File one is in working directory, not at added in staging area. Clear? How to add? Git add dot or whatever file name. Now give git up arrow, give git status added. Okay. Next, how to commit into local repository? Git commit -m some updates, whatever it is. Done, right? Can verify git log. This is the commit, whatever I have done now. Now, if you are going to push these changes into your GitHub remote repository, or if you are going to clone into your remote repository to your EC2 instance, let me come back for this repository now. Okay, this is done. Till commit we have done. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just I'm going to clone this one. Okay, Which one? Whatever I have created. Yeah. How to clone? By using SSH. I'm going to try now. In instance, git clone. See, yes. What is error? I don't have any access. SSH. So I don't, Git don't know my access key, right? Git don't know my, am I authorized or not? Git don't know, right? So how can I say to Git, I will take my public key and upload it into Git. Hey, this is my key. If I try with SSH, you can allow me. Is this clear? So instead of that, can I try HTTPS? Okay. Again, what is the command? Git clone, give HTTPS command. Done. I have cloned. If you have internet, you can use HTTPS, you can clone it. It's a public repository. But SSH means you are saying, can you clone it in secure way? To provide secure way, where is your key first? Is this clear, right? So HTTPS, there is no secure way. Anyone can use. Okay, any device it will use. But SSH means, for example, out of here, for example, 100 members, I want to give only access for 2 people. What I can do? I can take your 2 keys of your public keys from your laptops. I will add into my GitHub. You both guys can clone it by using SSH. Is it clear? No, in that case, no, sir. Everyone can give access. You can go with HTTPS, no problem. Is this clear? So give ls. So where is my project now? Practice 1, right? This one I have created, right? Practice, git practice, huh? Okay. Where is the git practice? Sorry, I just cloned hello git world, something different one. Okay, this one I have cloned. Okay. Anyway, I'll clone mine also. Different one I have cloned. So HTTPS, go to instance. What is the command? Git clone. Just give the right click, paste it. Done. ls git practice, right? cd git practice. Clear now? I mean, repository, remote repository. I just switched to remote repository now. Okay. If you can give ls readme.md, I'm able to see readme.md. If you can go to your, let me close this guy first. Okay. If you can see here, my readme.md is there. For example, other person is added some content here. Definitely content will come right here. So at this time, I'm adding manually, for example. You need to understand this adding is going to be other developer is going to push. Okay. I'm going to add some file. Sorry. How to add, how to create a file? You can create like this way. File to, you can give hello some content, commit changes. Commit means locally we are committing, right? So remote commit, this is. But we can do everything by local, not in here. Just for understanding, I'm showing you here. So if you can see, actual remote repository and some content is there, file to. You just understand this file to is pushed by this guy. Okay. But my end only readme.md is there when I was clone the repository. Is this clear? Now, okay, let's come here to your EC2 instance. ls readme.md is there only, right? Readme.md is only there. Can I use git clone again? If you use git clone means again git practice will come. But you are on the remote repository directory, right? So some updates already done by some developer. I need those updates. Which command I need to run? Git pull. Clear? ls. See, file is coming, right? File is came. Clear now? So the difference between git clone and git pull you need to understand. Git clone is a one-time job. If you clone the repository and next time onwards you can pull or push only, not for clone. If you don't have even that repository into your local laptop or EC2 instance, you need to clone it. Is this clear? That's what I have given an example here. New person join into your team. New person means in his end there is no any repository, right? That's what he need to clone. After that, if any changes is done by any other developers, you can simply pull the changes in GitHub. Okay. Now you can see here. Okay. ls. Guys, the file to is updated where? In practice, Git practice is a remote repository, but file to updated where? In your working directory, right? You are able to see in your working directory file to write. So if you can use the git pull means it will pull from remote to working directory, not for local repository. We can discuss coming class, understand it. For example, if it is not working directory means we are unable to see if you can give the ls command, right? Clear or not? So git pull, it will pull the updates from remote repository to your working directory. Now your working directory is what? Your remote repository, right? Clear or not? So you are working with the remote repository that is in your working directory. If you do some changes, it is going to update remote repository. Is this clear? Otherwise, for example, cd back. You are in a home directory. You are going to add new content. How can you add new content here? If you add, for example, some file to, but it is has to add where? In your GitHub repository, right? So again, if you can give git status means this is not a git repository, first of all, right? You need to git init. Okay, git init. Okay, let me do this. Git init and git status. Okay, if you can git status, whatever, it's showing something. Whatever home directory is there, everything is showing here. Okay, see, this is not right, right? I'm not going to move these changes to my remote repository, right? For example, if you can give git push also, we'll ask which repository I need to add this content. Clear? So your repository is not here. You are creating directly in the home directory. But if you're going to push these changes into remote repository, it will ask which remote repository I'm going to add this content. But this is not right, right? Your content has to add which repository? Your GitHub remote repository that you are working on it already, right? So simply come back, give ls. This is your remote repository, right? You are working with you and your team. So go to cd git practice. Now you can add any content here. And other developer also adding working on the same git practice, right? All are working with the same repository. You can add your changes, they can add their changes. Is this clear? So if you add some changes in the git practice, for example, ls, I can see readme.md file.2. If I add something, cat file2. So I'm going to add some content here. Okay. This content is updated my end only, not for other developers, right? Until I push these changes. So what I need to do? Again, I need to check git status. File2 is not updated in the staging area. Git add, git commit, updates file2. Okay, now git push, right? Git push means it is going to update into remote repository the changes. Other developer can pull the changes and add their work. Same, it is an exercise like that. If you create any content other directory, it is not understandable, right? Which directory you are creating? This is not remote repository. Clear? So pending is git push, right? Git clone, anyone can clone. That's what I have shown you. But now I'm going to show you how we can manage SSH, how we can push SSH changes, something, right? Pull clone. Any doubts? Anyone has any doubts on pull clone? Large files means there is a limitations. If you are using GitHub is a, okay, if you are using GitHub is a, we have a different versions, okay? I mean, developers and enterprise and installers. If you can go with developer, if you can go with enterprise, we can push any size of the file. But we are using free tier in GitHub, okay? So installer version, it will support up to 2 GB file, I think so. That's it only. So what we can do at the time, we can ignore unnecessary files, okay? Anyway, see, Kiran Kumar already said the same thing. Yes. I will come to that fork. See, my question is, any doubts on git clone and pull? Is this clear? Okay. Okay, now our focus is on cloning by using SSH. Push by using SSH. Okay. Yeah, pull means, okay, anyway, I will show you one more thing. For example, I will show. For example, here how many developers are there? 2 developers are there. Developer 1, developer 2. If developer 1 add something and add commit and push, that update will come into the remote repository. Is it clear or not? So my and push is pending, right? That's what I have created file directly in the remote repository. Is this clear? Is this clear now? Actually, I supposed to show you this creation of file by some other developers. But push command is pending with me, right? That's what I'm creating file manually here. Is this clear? So we can create a file manually in the GitHub also. So create new file, for example, file 3. Okay. Commit changes means updated into the remote repository inside itself. File 3 is reflected here. So in your point of view, this file 3 is pushed by developer 1. So in my case, push command is pending. That's what I'm showing you clone pull only here. So file 3 is updated by whom? Developer 1. Now developer 2 hand, file 2 is there, readme.md is there. You need only updates on this remote repository. Okay, if you can come to my EC2 instance, ls means I'm able to see file to readme.md, not file 3, right? So if I need a file 3, immediately I can give git pull only. How it can understand, sir? You are in the same repository, git practice. Your remote also git practice is there. Okay. For example, cd, will it work git pull? Whatever, git pull. They don't know, right? Which repository I need to pull. If you are in the same repository, it will understand, right? It will update. It will, if you are in the same repository, system can understand the same repository there in the remote repository. He is going to update some changes into your working directory. Git pull means ls. Where is the file 3? Wait. Yes, done. File 3. The name is file 3 or what? File 3, right? Git practice. Okay, let's go to instance. Okay, got it. Just leave it for. Got it. Okay, this error, I need to explain this one, rebase and something. This time is not correct to explain this thing. Okay, just leave it for this command, git pull --- rebase ls. File 3 is there, right? Just leave this for this command. There is a dedicated session on this anyway. Okay. See, if you can see here, ls, I'm able to see file3. In your case, understand git pull only. Like it is happened for file to same thing, right? Yeah. So now I'm in the same repository. Developer one also in the same repository. So we can work with push and push and pull something, right? So now what is push we can focus on. What is push means? For example, we have a file3, right? I'm going to add some content into file3. Okay. This update is not there in remote repository, right? It's in the working directory, whatever I have added. Now git add, now git commit. Updates file3. Clear? Committing or done. So I have committed now. I need to push, right? So to push here, we have a options again. If your SSH already done means you are able to push. Okay. In previous cases, git push is supposed to work. Now it is not working. If you can see, asking username, right? So you need to give your username. This username you can give while creating time. GitHub, okay? Okay. Paste and give credentials of your GitHub account. Even though we are getting some permission mode authentication error. Okay. So to overcome this issue, we are using two ways. Okay. First way is SSH. SSH is the recommended way to go with pull and push. Okay. So this way, see, everyone can push means it is not correct, right? So push means whoever authenticate your GitHub account, they can only push the changes. For example, it will not if it is not asking any username password, if you are able to push means you are able to push other GitHub also, right? Clear or not? Others GitHub, this guy GitHub also you can easily push, right? If it is allow means you have to say that who are you, right? If you can give the correct username password, they can allow. Others username password we don't know, right? That's what we are unable to push. Even though my username password, if you are giving also, I'm unable to push. The reason is GitHub is recently deactivated this approach, username password approach. So you can go with SSH approach first. So I'm going to explain SSH approach. Okay. Let's go to our GitHub repository. I'm the Git Cloud Tech DevOps, right? So here, where should I add my public key? This is important. Okay. So first of all, I'm working with EC2 instance, right? So I need to take the EC2 instance public key and add it into your GitHub. Or if you're working with your local laptop, not EC2 instance, is it possible to clone SSH? How? How? Immediately you need to understand one thing. SSH-keygen is a GitHub Git command or Linux command. Linux command. We can run the same command in your local laptop also, right? Is this clear? What I'm trying to say? Okay. Go to instance. Where should I check my public key? .ssh. Come from the GitHub repository first. cd.ssh ls. So in your end already public key is there, right? Authorized keys. Okay. Is it okay to communicate your GitHub? Okay, let me try. vi or cat. This is the key, right? Copy. Okay. So cd back. Before that, if I'm trying to work with git clone through SSH, I got an error, right? Error, right? I got an error. So I copied my key, go to GitHub. Where should I paste this key? Go to here, user, settings, SSH and GPG keys, new SSH key, paste it here. Okay, paste it here. Give some D10 name. Okay, add SSH key. Yeah, wait. So I'm giving my password to accept this thing. Okay, key is invalid. Clear? Which one? This one. So why it is invalid? If you can see this inside of the key, okay. Okay. D10, right? Control V. See, there is the error, right? No port 10 exit is not required, right? Delete. This is required or not? So if you have any doubt, simply go to here. It is start from where? SSH RSA, right? SSH RSA to journey key. Clear? Let's go. Clear? Sorry. I haven't given a name, right? This is list of SSH key associated. Okay. Remove and give D100 something name. Okay. Add SSH key. Okay. Key is already in use means I'm already added this key. I'm working with some other things already here. Okay. So what I can do now, I'm not going with that key. In that case, can I use this one more key? ls cd.ssh. ls. Can I use this IDR as a public key? Just for showing your purpose only. Cat id dot pub. Okay, same key, right? Looks like. I don't know which name I have given. That's what to find out is very difficult. I have three, right? Otherwise, I can do one thing, delete all. Clear? I have deleted all. I don't know which key name I have given for that key already in use, right? Okay, let me try with the authorized keys again. Instead of using SS IDR as a public, okay? ls cat authorized key. I can take from here, right? Copy, control V. Okay. Okay, got it now. Anyway, D2 added successfully. Okay. So I have added successfully my key now. So let's try to clone any repository by using SSH now. So for that, I'm going to create new repository again. Okay, existing repository already I have cloned, right? Clear or not? Okay, I'm going to create one more repository, try to clone by using SSH. How to create repository? New, give any name, test something, public or private, no problem. This time you can give private also, right? SSH key you have generated, right? Yeah. You can give add readme.file, create repository. Is this clear, everyone now? So now I'm trying to clone by using SSH, not HTTPS. So where I'm going to clone my EC2 instance, CD back. If it is a work means my SSH key is working fine. Is this clear? Could not read from the remote repository. Permission denied. Public keys issue is there. Anyway, let me go to my EC2 instance. cd.ssh ls cat id rsa dot pub. Okay. I'm just adding this key now. Okay, let's go to your GitHub. Go to SSH keys. Where should I check? Settings and SSH and GPG keys. Just read, okay, new SSH key. You can paste now here. So the developer 3 or 4. Add SSH key. Okay. Now you can clone it. So give the CD back. Git clone. Okay. Done. So what is the difference? Authorized keys and created keys. I wanted to show you authorized keys. Okay. So what is the difference? Why it is not possible to clone? Inside key, anything is there? What is the difference between authorized keys and generated keys? So authorized keys is related to different key. That is PEM file private key it is going to link, right? To communicate your EC2 instance from outside. Now what you are doing? You are going to generate a SSH RS. If you can see here, root at the rate of IP. This is right. You are generating IP. You are generating key from this instance. Clear? That is equal to root at the rate of IP. If it is a old one, let me go. cd.ssh cat authorized keys. What is this? My key name. My key name I have given Jenkins key at the time, right? So it is matched to my private key Jenkins hyphen key. Clear? But I'm running the clone command root at the rate of IP, right? So that's what here it is not taking. It is taking by IDRSA public. Clear? So it should not, you have to generate SSH hyphen keygen, use that public key and paste it into your GitHub. Is this clear? Okay. Now, where is my repository? CD test, right? I'm in my repository. Okay, I'm in my repository. At this time, if I'm going to add some content, cat, okay, anything is there here? Nothing is there. Touch file one, something. Git status, file one is there. Now git add, now git commit. Now git push. Okay, I'm trying to git push now. See, easily done, right? Why you are authorized person to push? Your key is there. Clear or not? Your key is there in my GitHub. That's what I'm able to push now. If you can go now and refresh here, your test repository. File one is there. Clear now? So go with SSH option always. Okay. I mean, you can by cloning time, you can go with HTTPS, no problem. But if you want to push any changes, definitely your SSH will work. Okay, it is instead of asking username password, it is directly push. Is this clear? But cloning time, you can use HTTPS SSH, no problem. Since it is a public repository. If it is a private means HTTPS will work. If it is a private, does HTTPS will work? No. Clear? Yeah. So now, can I able to push the changes from my local laptop? Same repository. Okay, I'll do one thing, guys. Understand the difference here. Very important. For example, I have created one directory here to start work my local laptop. GitHub. Okay. So let's go inside. Now open your bash. Okay. So I'm in the GitHub, whatever I have created directory. I want to clone that. I want to clone the repository, whatever you have cloned in your Linux EC2 instance. You can understand two developers. One developer is EC2, one developer is Windows. So now he is joined recently. He is checking with that guy. Can you share the repository? I need to clone and I will work on that. Okay, this is the repository, test repository. You can start your work. There is already previous content I have already added. You can go through that content. So will it work Git pull directly? No. First, what I need to do? Initialization also not required. If you are cloning right directly, you are working with the existing repository. You are not creating any repository. Means simply you can clone. First time I don't have any repository in my local test repository. You need to work with test repository, right? So simply you can come here. Okay, developer one is confirmed that you need to work with test repository. Already content is there here. Okay, give me the repository name. That is the test repository. You can go and clone it. Try with SSH now, just for our understanding. Go here, git clone. So new join person is trying to access this repository and going to top, and he is going to add some updates. So Windows, if you can see the experience, how quick Linux is, process the command. The Windows is taking that much time taking. See the process is what here? Permission denied public key. Why? Why error I'm getting? Anyone? Why it's not working? Who is this guy first of all? Windows guy. He's trying SSH. Means what? He's trying my key already there. Clone it. GitHub is verified. Where is your key? Your key is not there. Try with HTTPS. Is it clear? So otherwise, what he need to do? If he need to go with SSH, what he need to do? He need to create a key. This is a Linux command. Don't confuse, not a Git command. What he need to do first? SSH hyphen keygen. Here you need to understand two labs. If you forget your key of your EC2 instance, you can generate a key. Okay. Sorry. Already key is there, right? You need to give override. Yes. Enter, enter. Read the error first. Okay. Okay. Key is generated. Where should I check these keys? Same directory now. You just read this here. Your public key has been saved in C users and .ssh, right? I mean, whatever you are going to create a keys, the default path is what? C .ssh, right? So let's go here. C users, right? Default path C and your user. And here reflect your name. Go to .ssh. Okay. Click on that. IDRS public, IDRS private. What is the time? 10:22, 5353. Clear? Existing already I have a keys, right? It's over right now. So now two labs. Lab one. If you forget your key, okay, or if you are miss your key, private key from your local laptop, you have a public key, right? What you can do? Connect your EC2 instance by console. Take this public key, paste it over there, connect through using IDRS private. Is this clear? I mean, while uploading key time, you need to upload this key, private key. Public key already stored, right? Yeah. So two approaches. And now leave it for that lab. Now we are discussing GitHub, right? So in the GitHub, which key I need to paste? Public key, right? Public key. So regarding private key with me, right? Clear or not? Regarding private key with me, then only I can able to communicate my GitHub handshake. In earlier case, EC2 instance, I just go with authorized keys. Authorized keys, public key is there, but related private key is there in EC2 instance? No, that's what we have generated IDRSA, public and private. Public I have updated into my GitHub, private with EC2 instance. That's what EC2 is going to communicate GitHub. Clear? It's a concept of public and private exchanging. Now public I'm copying here. So definitely this public is going to copy where? In GitHub. Regarding private access key with me. So I can able to communicate my GitHub with my profile, right? Let's go to where should I add this one? Settings. SSH GPG keys. New SSH key. Paste it here and give Windows. Okay. You can give any name. Added. So now you can try same command. ls. So I'm going to clone now, right? Git clone with SSH. SSH unable to clone, right? In before case. So now go to test repository. Copy. So my public key I have given to my GitHub. Hey, this is my public key. I have related private key. You can allow me. For example, if I copy my public key here, again, question number 2. Understand the difference, guys. This difference is very important. Okay. If I share this public key with you, okay, is it possible to connect with you, the GitHub? If I share only public key with you, if you paste this public key into your GitHub remote repository, is it possible to make it SSH? No, why? Private key is not there. Same thing I proved in the first case. Other keys I can go with, right? Same thing it will work. Is it clear now? So now my GitHub also able to communicate through SSH. I have added key. So in your team, 4 people, 5 people there means we can add 4 people, 5 people SSH into GitHub. Others cannot use. The repository is private. Okay, I will show you that example also. Let me complete this one now. So ls means test is there, right? Immediately what I need to do? I need to go with the test directory. I need to add the content and where? This repository, right? Now two developers are in same page, right? My developer 1 is what? EC2 instance. Clear? He is in test. Give ls. File 1 is there. In this case, ls file 1 is there. So developer 1, developer 2 both are in same page now. Is this clear? Now you can see the things. So cat, I'm going to add some content in the file 1. Okay. So you can add something high, Control C. Now what I need to do? Git add, git commit. Now git push, right? So I push some changes on the file 1 into GitHub remote repository. It's taking much time, Windows. Okay. So let's go and verify now your test repository, right? Okay, open this file 1 now. Just now updated, right? Hi is there, right? But in his end, developer 1 end, ls, this is developer 1, cat, nothing is there, right? But developer 2 end, cat, file 1, he is added. That's what I updated into the remote repository. Now what he need to do? Git should be pull. Clear now? Not clone. Repository already exists here. If repository not there, you can clone first time. Now he need to use git pull. Clear? Go to ls, cat file1, hi is there. Same process, if developer one is going to add something, cat double greater than file1, you can add welcome. Welcome to DevOps. Okay, Control C. Now what you need to do? Git add. I'm not explaining every time, okay? Git add command is wrong. Give space and dot and git commit -m updates. Now what I need to do? Git push. His and else SSH key is there, right? He's able to push. Now what he need to do first? If he is going to add some content, first what he need to do? First he need to apply git pull command. Otherwise, too much of challenges will come. Those we'll discuss in the 4th day class. For example, he is not before giving the git pull, he is trying to add something. Touch file 4. For example, git add, git commit. Okay. Now git push. Clear? Rejected. Reason is we can discuss tomorrow class or day after tomorrow class. So anyway, if you are doing any activities, first start git pull and do the any activity. This is a best practice if you are in the organization in anywhere. If you are working with any repository, just give git pull command first. I mean, after git clone, no need to give. If you're adding and working together commonly every day, first start with the git, give git pull. It will update into your local. Then you can add and git push. Okay. So now we can discuss little depth topics, commit IDs and something all. What is the challenges? And so these are all the very high level how to work with Git. Is this clear, everyone? SSH key options. Go with SSH key. HTTPS. Also you can go with if you are okay means. One more approach is there. Token. I will discuss the later that one is. Token option. Instead of using SSH key, we can go with the token also. Okay. SSH is secure cloning process. SSH is what? Secure shell. The name itself is there, secure. Is this clear, Priyanka? Okay, I will show you. Just give me 1 day time. Sorry, 1 minute time. If you can come here, let me create one more repository. Okay, the difference many people are asking, right? Why SSH and HTTPS? For example, I'll go with new repository. Understand here, concentrate here. I'm going to create new repository, some demo. I'm not going to give you any public access for this repository. What you can do? Private. Give readme.file, create a repository. My demo repository is a private repository. Okay. Go with code. Now, if you try, is it work? It will work or not? This is your work for tomorrow. Okay. Create a private repository. Try to git clone by using HTTPS, but don't try after add the key. If you add the key means it will work maybe. Key is there, right? May you thought it is working. First step is create a private repository and clone through HTTPS. The private repository is able to clone or not. But sure, this will work if your key is there. But no key, no public repository. Is it possible to download by using HTTPS? This is the scenario. Okay, try with this. My end already 2 keys are added, right? No, na? Answer is no, na? Let me try. Okay. So I'm in EC2 instance, right? CD. Okay. Let me start other instance. Key is not there, right? This instance. Okay, this Jenkins is up and running now. Connect, he should instance connect. Okay, sudo su hyphen. So git, first let me check git version. Okay, git is there. Git clone. Okay, this is private repository demo.git is. Is it possible or not to clone? That's what my question. Hmm? Hey, Ramesh, what it is asking? Username and password, right? It's a private, right? So give the credentials your other authorized person or not will verify. So what I can do, I'll just take my username. So you can take from here also username. Okay. Copy. If it is work means what is the use of private repository? I can give my GitHub password. See, authentication fail. The reason is this option is disabled by using HTTPS pull and push. Okay. Secure issues. So go with SSH. If it is a public means you can clone it, no problem. Okay. Private means go with SSH only, not HTTPS. It is disabled. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, this is a entire flow what we discuss in the Git and GitHub. For DevOps point of view, this is 100% fine. But we need to understand Git challenges, right? Those challenges come into the picture from tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay, in the 2 days, I'm going to complete a GitHub. But challenges are very interesting, very confusing. Once again, I'm saying, don't play with Git. It will play with you. Seriously. You will see in the coming classes. Like other tools are different, Git is different. It's a headache tool. If you disturb now, it will disturb you. Is this clear, everyone? Online team? Yes, Pravalika. Sir, when I'm running the command git init, I'm unable to see .git file. This is hidden file, right? You have to go with hidden file. If you're running Vishal into your laptop, you have to go hidden files. Even though you can see .git right directly, if you give ls, otherwise do ls minus l. Yes, Ramesh is correct. Okay, is this clear, guys, everyone? Today's class. So what you can do, you can generate SSH-keygen and upload into GitHub, and you can clone or pull or push, created two developers. One is EC2 instance, one is your Windows laptop. You just push and pull, you can try it. And before that, clone it. And very important, before that, you have to create a GitHub account. Okay, first create a GitHub account. If you have any confusions, just update into group your doubt. Me or others will help you. Clear? Online? Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.